Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to give you a review of my new Drift Ghost X camera. That's what you're seeing the video through right now. And if you want to check out another video that I've shot, it was the first one I've uploaded with this camera. I'm going to put a card right up here to my 12,500 mile dark side tire review. That was the first video I shot with this camera that I posted on YouTube. I've been using this camera. I got it about a little over a week ago, I guess. And I've, kind of been playing with it, getting used to all the settings. I've tried to shoot this review a couple times for you, but every time I do, I figure out something new with the camera, so I decide to reshoot it. That way I can give you a little more information and my thoughts on it. So hopefully, if you're looking for a new camera and something that's affordable and in a reasonable price range for a good camera, this would definitely be a good option, especially if you're comparing like the Chinese knockoff GoPros and real GoPros and trying to look at features and benefits. Now, my requirements when I bought this camera: one, I wanted something that I could mount to my helmet. That way, unfortunately, some of the video that I've shot with the camera mounted to my handlebars, it picks up the real fine vibrations from the engine. This bike doesn't vibrate real bad. It's not, nothing that's aggravating or noticeable going down the road, but there's real fine, minute vibrations, and just the road, just the road feel that you get up through the handlebars, that caused the camera to shake and vibrate, and it didn't make for a very good shot. And I know some of the video probably looks shaky with it mounted to my helmet when I'm on these back roads, because they're not necessarily the smoothest roads, but it gives you a better shot. So while we get into this review, guys, do me a favor. If you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button. If you have, make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notifications on all my upcoming videos. And do me a favor, share this video with your friends, because I don't ask people to subscribe to Patreon or anything else to get my content on my channel. So the only way that I make money to be able to put back into the channel, other than pulling it out of my own pocket, is by you guys sharing the videos so more people watch them and I can make the ad revenue off of them, which unfortunately isn't a whole lot. Look at my subscriber count. So please, like I said, hit that subscribe button, share them, and do me a favor, please rate them when they're all over with, or before you click off, at least click the like button for me. That way YouTube, they'll rank my videos a little bit higher. Anyway, on with the review. Now, my requirements when I was looking for a camera: one, I wanted something that I could mount to my helmet. Two, it needed to have the availability of an external microphone. That way I could put the microphone in my helmet so that you could hear me when I was talking. Because let's face it, yes, it's great to watch video of somebody riding down the road, but if I go, oh man, look at that, or I say something, or a thought comes to my mind, the only way I could put that into the video was to do a voiceover later, and 5, 6, 8 hours later, a couple days later, depending on my editing ability schedules, that's not, you don't always remember those things. So then I also wanted something compact. That was the kicker, and that was my big deciding factor with the Drift camera. Now, Drift has several models, and if you go to their website, driftinnovation.com, they have, which I wish I'd have known about the website before I purchased the camera. I found the camera on Amazon, and I paid full price for the camera. I also bought the Drift wired-in microphone, and that's what you're hearing the audio through. But that way I could run it into the helmet and everything would work together. So I found it on Amazon. I paid full price for it. Full price for the Drift Ghost X, which is a 1080p camera. It's not a 4K. Is right around, oh damn, gravel. I think it was $99 for the camera, which is really not that bad. The Chinese knockoff GoPros that I've been using for a lot of things over the last couple years, run about $40 to $60, and then the microphone cost another, I believe it was 18 or 20. I'll put the information, actual pricing, down in the bottom of the screen. But if you go onto the Drift website, they're the same price they are on Amazon, and the Drift website also has other mounts and accessories. Now, what does the camera come with? Real quick to cover that, the camera comes with 2 adhesive mounts. One of them is a curved mount, the other one is a flat mount. The curved mount's the one I used on my helmet, and I mounted it. It looks like a horseshoe shape, and the camera slides down and locks into it. Well, it slides into it and locks. I mounted it so that it would slide down. That's the best. The curve actually fits with the helmet the best that way, and I didn't want it flipped 180 degrees so the camera would slide out the bottom. That way, in case I ever didn't lock it in 100% by accident, I didn't want the camera falling out on the road. This way, it will at least, has a better chance of staying in the mount if I don't actually clip it all the way in. So, another neat feature with this camera that GoPro and most of the other cameras don't have, the lens on the front of the camera, you can rotate at 300 degrees, which I know that sounds a little weird, but basically what that allows you to do is mount it anywhere. You can mount it because it's a thin, flatter camera. You can mount it so that it's straight up and down. You can mount it flat, and then you rotate the lens to bring the image back around to square, so that it's it's square in the frame and everything is even. It's not leaned to one side or the other. So if you get where my helmet, it mounts on my helmet is not flat. It actually curves under right there. So I was able to rotate the lens around to bring the image back upright so that it looks correct. And you're not thinking, you don't have your head cocked to the side trying to watch the screen while you're watching my video. Now, that is a really nice feature. One other feature that this camera has, it shoots, of course, in 1080p. It also does, and I'll put all the specs to that down in the bottom here, but it shoots in 1080p. I believe it's 940 and 720. And in 720, you can shoot at 60, 50, 30, and I believe 25 frames a second. 1080 is 25 or 30, and the 940, if that's what it is, that I believe is 30 and 50 frames a second. But like I said, it'll all be, you're going to be seeing it right now down in the bottom of the screen. So, and then it also has 3 different fields of view. So you can change the field of view of the lens from 90 degrees to I believe it's 90, 120, and 145. And that is really nice depending on the shot you want to get, how you want to do it. And there's all kinds of other features, with the camera. So the other nice thing about this camera, now it only has 3 buttons on the camera. It is IP68 waterproof, or water resistant, I should say. And that is without a case. So basically, that means that, under normal conditions, this camera can get splashed and whatnot, and it's going to be fine. They don't recommend submersing it, and they also, without a waterproof case, do not recommend riding a motorcycle in heavy rain. Now, I have seen other reviews online where they've ridden with it in the rain and they've had really good luck. So, take that with a grain of salt. If the rain gets really heavy, you're kind of taking your own risk there. But that being said, excuse me, they do offer a submersible waterproof case on Drift's website. So if you wanted to take this surfing or diving or something like that, you can get a waterproof case. They also make surfboard mounts and all kinds of stuff, but we're talking about for bikes. So now they do have multiple video modes. They have like a dash cam style mode where basically it will loop record once the memory card fills up. They have video tagging, so you can push the button to tag a video. I haven't figured all that out. It does have a one-touch record function that I have figured out, and that works very well. the front button, there's 3 buttons on the top of the camera. The front one is the record button, and if the camera is powered off, one quick press will power the camera on, and if you have the one-touch record turned on, as soon as the camera powers on, it will automatically start recording. And there's an audible beep for the power, and then there's another beep, a different beep, to tell you that it started recording. And even with the bike moving, I can hear those beeps through the helmet, which is very nice because I don't have to look in my mirror. And it does have a front status light that, you know, you can kind of glance down in your rearview mirror and see, you know, okay, it is recording, or no, it's powered on but it's not recording. So, you know, you can kind of do that. You can also take pictures with it. Now, one thing that's really neat, I do have the app, the Drift Life app, on my phone, and you can connect the camera to the app, and you can control all the functions and features of the camera directly through the app. So you can see the picture live coming out of the camera. You can, if you're not recording, you can change any of the settings. You can start and stop recording. You can take photos. You can start and stop time-lapse videos. You can do everything from the app that you can do from the camera. And it's actually easier to do it through the app because you can just scroll through the menu on your phone, and you don't have to use the 3 buttons on the top of the camera to try and navigate the menu, which they work well, but they're, you know, it's like using a GoPro or anything else where you had to use the buttons on the camera to navigate through the menu. It's not always the most intuitive because you have buttons that are performing multiple functions at different times, so, you know, you kind of have to get used to it, where going into the app to change settings is really quick, really easy, and it doesn't take, you know, if you can work your smartphone, you can go in and you can change the settings on the camera. It's really nice and easy. So, you know, so far, and keep in mind, Drift has not sponsored this video at all. They haven't, you know, they didn't give me the camera. I bought it full price. I had it shipped to me. I had to wait forever and a day to get it shipped to me. I figured out how to use it on my own. You know, the whole 9 yards. I haven't had any tech support from Drift. Now they do have tech support on their website. They also have, when you go onto the Drift Innovation website, they do have firmware updates for the cameras. They have multiple models of the cameras. They have cameras that shoot in 4K. They have cameras that, you know, are smaller than the one I have. Now, one of the other key features with this that I really like, that Drift, you know, advertises, and I've seen reviews and tests where they've actually tested this. The standard battery that comes with the camera, and you only get one battery with it. The standard battery that comes with the camera has a 5-hour battery life. And I have actually seen videos where people have turned the camera on and recorded with it for 5+ hours straight before the battery has died. Now, if you go on Drift's website, they also offer a extended life battery, which you can buy, and it's actually fairly inexpensive. I think it's $25 for the standard life battery, and the extended life battery. And the extended life battery, I've also seen tests on it. It will give you 8+ hours of runtime on one charge. So, you know, realistically, if you're going to be out riding or doing anything, I mean, if you want to use this camera, it does have it has built-in microphones on the camera. So if you want to use this camera to record anything, it would have plenty of battery life to be able to record a whole day's worth of events. And another nice feature is it will take up to 128 gigabyte class 10 memory card. Drift recommends either Samsung or SanDisk because they say they've had the best luck with those. And I have, you know, on a 128 gig memory card, that's going to be a lot of hours of video, even at 1080p. I've got a Sony camera that records in 1080p that will, I believe, it doesn't give me hours. I'll convert it out, but it's like 900 and something minutes on a 64 gig memory card. So, you know, that's an incredible amount of time. And that being said, I mean, so far I'm loving the camera. If you guys are even thinking about upgrading your camera, whether it be for motorcycling, moto vlogging kind of thing like I'm using this one for, or you just want to be able to do something that has more features than, say, the Chinese knockoff GoPros, but you don't want to spend the $250 to whatever some of these new GoPros go for, man, this is a camera for you. It really is. 99 bucks, another 18-20 bucks if you want the microphone. Now, I don't think I covered what the camera itself comes with. I kind of squirreled there, but basically the camera comes with the camera, 2 adhesive mounts, a curved to flat. It comes with a charging cord, which is only about 3-4 inches long. It also comes with the microphone adapter cord, which plugs into the USB port on the bottom of the camera and then goes to a 3.5 millimeter basically microphone headphone jack. And the drift microphone works perfect with it. Now, one thing that I will say I'm not real impressed with this camera is the SD card slot. The SD card slot, even on my cheap Chinese knockoff GoPros, is nice. The card slides in, it latches, everything is, you know, it doesn't feel like it's going to get cocked sideways or you're going to break something. This slot for this memory card, you go to put the memory card in and it feels like you're going to break the memory card or get it jammed in the memory card slot, or, you know, it just doesn't feel, it doesn't have a good feel to it when you go to latch the memory card in. So what I have found that works really well is I just use the charging cord. I plug the charging cord into my computer and I transfer the files that way, and that way I don't have to worry about potentially breaking the memory card slot by removing the memory card to stick it in the card reader on my computer. And let's face it, if you're traveling with the camera, 9 chances out of 10 you're going to have the charging cord with you anyway. So if you need to download a video from the camera into your computer, you can just do it that way. Now, one other thing you can do with this camera is when you're using the Drift Life app, you can actually live stream directly from this camera through your phone via the app, and that is kind of neat. I mean, realistically, you could actually live stream whatever you're doing through this camera, through your phone. And I mean, I could be riding down the road right now live streaming with everybody, and you'd never, you know, that'd be it's a really neat option. So anyway, guys, do me a favor, if you have any questions about this review or any questions about the camera that maybe I didn't cover, please drop them in the comment box down below. I'd be more than happy to try and answer them for you, or if you know, cover them in a different video on the camera. Rate the video, please. Give it a good thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Hey guys, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to put up some content that maybe you guys are going to enjoy and keep you coming back. So please subscribe. Check out the new videos. I'm trying to post a new video every Tuesday and Thursday. Get out there, ride, have a good time, keep the shiny side up, and we will see you on the next one.